stupid.
Agreed.
So I'm talking with people today, and like, well, people. There's one guy, Jean Louis, who was a little lost in space, but we're talking, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I know." And I told him the same thing, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I know for sure." He goes, "But he's like, we're still doing good," and but it's like, you don't understand what I'm trying to say. Like, they're laughing at us, and he's like, "Yeah, but these carbon taxes and these politicians," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's because they just want to make money." It's like, how do you fight global warming? Is that you raise the tax, right? You put a carbon tax, and you put an eco tax, and taxing. Once you tax the people, they're gonna start smartening up, and that's how we're gonna save global warming, or fix global warming, not save it, but fix it. And
What kind of stupid ass logic is that?
Well, this is the logic, and the thing is, what
Josh, money makes the world go round. Okay, so by us getting money and making the world go round, just things work out better because the world goes round, and that's what money does.
Oh,
see,
that's what money does.
That's what it makes the world go round.
That's what it does, and that's why we get carbon tax, right?
Exactly. There you go.
Every other country, no carbon tax works just fine, but apparently Canada is just so progressive with their carbon tax.
Guys, stop with this bullshit of money going where it makes the world go round. The world is not round; it's flat.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about that.
It's so true.
It's flat.
Actually, there's a lot of fucking shit out there that I'm seeing. I'm like, oh, flat Earth, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And then once in a while, there's this one thing that I'm like,
maybe it is flat.
Maybe they are onto something.
Damn it, that actually makes sense.
I never thought of it that way. A flat Earth.
It's actually not the flat. It's the.
I get it. I get it now. It's totally flat, but like a big circle. So when they took a picture from space, it looks like a globe, right?
Exactly.
Fuck. And that's why we have carbon tax.
If you just listen to me, we'd be all bogged down in traffic.
Ridiculous Canada, stupid. It went from being like the little brother of the U.S. to the cousin nobody wants to the U.S. You ever get those cousins? It's often Dan, and like they walk into a family gathering, and then everyone's like, "Ugh, it's that guy." I guess I could smile. Hey.
Yeah, we have one.
Fuck.
We have a cousin like that. He lives in Connecticut.
Oh my god!
Hey.
That's just flat out calling him out.
Terrible. Stupid ass weird Canada. Stupid ass tax, giant ass inflation. Stupid ass. Prime Minister looks like an idiot. Anyways, stupid.
Be lucky that you guys are in apartments.
Oh yeah, so lucky. I'm so lucky. I love walking out into the hall and smelling a stink.
Trade mortgages, bro? Any day.
What?
Want to trade mortgages?
I would rob a bunch of people first and then trade mortgages.
You'd be robbing like every day of your life.
Or certain people.
There's that. Yeah.
Certain people.
Wait, by certain people, who are you talking about?
Was I'm out in 8 minutes.
For real?
I don't.
Yeah, for real. Okay. Okay, sorry, hang on.
I take my pills and go to bed. Like, literally, look at these eyes.
They're beautiful.
They're horrible.
I'm falling in love. Sort of sexy. Sort of sexy. Oh, la.
How was the memory?
What?
Did you guys see? Did you guys watch Guardians of the Galaxy?
The third one?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Spoilies. La la la.
You didn't see it?
No, I haven't seen it yet. Here, check this out. Go ahead. Say what you want.
No, just make sure that you take a pill.
Come on.
That makes you be happy before you watch it.
I got 5 stops to make. What's your name?
Max.
Max. I'm Vincent.
Did it bum you out?
I'll meet you behind the building.
Is that what I understood? It bummed you out?
What the hell?
Damn.
Hold up 2 seconds.
Red light, Max.
It bummed me out all the way up to
And
the
you were
end
driving
until I
around tonight,
understood
never
what
see
it
the
was.
wiser.
Ah,
Bring
okay.
Plan B.
I see. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah.
Now we got to make the best of it. Improvise, adapt.
All
to the
right.
environment.
Okay, so let's
Whatever,
go.
man, we
Let's
gotta
kick it off
roll with
right away, real quick. Trying something new, right? We're trying to do. Well, I'm trying to launch something where I can do something on a regular basis. That doesn't require sitting down and watching 24 seasons of a TV show, or spending money to watch a movie in the theater that might not be good. And all kinds of shit like that. So I was thinking to do basically what's popular on YouTube nowadays. Top 10 lists, top 5 lists, Here are our 10 shittiest games, shit like that. You know what I mean? So for a different take on it, I wanted to do. Oh shit! I didn't think of that.
That's fun.
She's like, "Oh my god, we can hear the trailer."
You can hear the trailer.
Now I'm back.
Can I mute this?
That's okay. That whole intro, Daniel was missing, so we have to redo it anyway.
Yes.
Guys, tonight is not our night.
No.
I don't blame us. The one night where we're all back.
I missed you guys.
Oh, I see it.
Shut
I see it. Boom. There you go. Problem solved.
Bitch ass up.
Oh no, my trailers are advertising other websites, but whatever. It's okay, yeah, so yeah, best, worst, and most underrated. So this can go for composers, directors, actors, franchises, whatever we want. Just anything that we want to explore to see what people's opinions are on what they think of these of the entity in question. And why not?
They hear the trailer.
Yeah, I turned that off.
There you go.
So yeah, it's gonna be funny when I have to edit this. You're just gonna hear us like talking, and in the background, you're just gonna like loud Tom Cruise screaming and running. And as the first video, I was just sitting down making a list, and for some reason, I put down a bunch of actors, and Tom Cruise was there. And when we were talking about what's the first thing we're gonna do, I just blurted it out, Tom Cruise, and we're all like, yeah. And now when it comes time to actually record it, I feel weird starting with Tom Cruise because I don't want to put it out there that like I'm a big Tom Cruise fan because I'm not. But it's just it's,
He loves him.
He's had some good.
He wants the sex.
he's parody.
He has that Mission Impossible, and that impossible mission is to love him less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, real quick, real short. So what we're gonna do is, basically, I'm gonna list what I think is his best performance, and I'm not rating the movie. What I'm going for is his actual performance, like what he did as an actor in this role. The movie could be absolute shit, but I thought his performance was good in it.
I guess I
And before we get ridiculous with all this, I just want to say that's Tom Cruise. I think is going to be one of the hardest actors because he's such a great line. Like when Tom Cruise acts, he acts like Tom Cruise.
That's the thing. You know
He's
what?
like so this is going to be very interesting. I just want to make sure that everyone understands that caveat. And everyone,
Well, you know what? In
they-
doing research for this, and in a lot of the other actors, I've noticed that every actor is acting as themselves to an extent. Like they don't really vary a lot. Like only the ones that are really fucking out there, like Joaquin Phoenix, can do something like different.
Same. Like James McAvoy in Split.
Oh yeah. So for Tom Cruise, a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this one, I think. But for me, his best role that I've seen him in, that I thought that was like, okay, this is why this guy's a good actor. Collateral, 100%. Does anybody even know what that movie is, or does anybody remember that movie?
I've never seen. I don't believe I've seen Collateral.
Collateral. Now I'm gonna have to look.
Holy fuck! I should have changed, man.
I did see that movie. I totally have seen that movie. Yeah, because I misunderstood the assignment, right? Like I thought you meant like which movies of Tom Cruise were happened to be good or whatever. I didn't know the actor himself because I agree with Joe with the flatline.
Yeah.
Except in some movies, it kind of just changes my opinion a bit. But I remember Collateral because like that was actually one of the movies where I was like, he's not really acting like Tom Cruise unless Tom Cruise is acting like a serial killer.
Well, that's why I liked him in that role so much. It was because Tom Cruise had to be the villain for the first time in my recent memory that I can remember. And he just pulled it off so well. And like Tom Cruise tries to do this thing where he likes to come off as menacing, right? And it doesn't really convey a lot sometimes. But in Collateral, it worked. Like, to me, he came off as menacing. He was someone that I didn't want to cross paths with. He was someone I didn't want to see, walking down an alleyway. I mean, yeah, sure, maybe I don't know, Ethan Hunt can kick my ass in an alleyway, but I don't really care. It's like, if I see Vincent from Collateral in the alleyway, I'll be like, I ain't going down that alleyway. That's it. It's over. And I think what it says a lot, and what I think is cool about focusing on the actor's performance instead of the actual performance of the movie overall, is that how it's funny to see how like Joe said, it's a line, right, with actors. Like, you always get somewhat of the same results out of them. You just have to see if that chemistry works with the role of the movie. So I think it's funny to see the roles that the actors pick to play. Because some of them just don't suit them, number one. And number two, it's funny to see how the director is able to get something out of a performer. Like, in this case, Michael Mann for Collateral, he was able to get that menacing performance out of Vincent, out of Tom Cruise, which was believable to me. So for me, that's why his best performance, in my opinion, was Collateral. I don't know if anyone disagrees with that, or if anybody was like, yo, fuck that shit, born on the 4th of July. I don't know. It's like...
You must have been born yesterday. No, I semi agree with that. Just only semi, because I also have a different movie in mind.
Okay. Actually, Joe, do you want to belt out yours, and then we'll continue? Because I know Joe has to dip.
Go on.
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't, I can scam a little bit. But all right, what's your? Are you not going to go through all three? You're just going to go through the one?
Okay, yeah, sure. I go through all three right now. So that was my best. My worst, Mission Impossible 2. Worst fucking performance I've ever seen. Just to make sure.
I have something entirely different, but I do have to agree that one's pretty amazing.
Yo, the long hair and the wavy hair with the leather jacket and all that fucking shit. Ang Lee fucked up big time by making Tom Cruise do all that crap. And the worst part is, like, I went back and I watched a couple of scenes today to make sure I wasn't wrong about this guess, because I was debating between this and Jack Reacher Never Go Back, which had some really bad lines that were poorly delivered. But the lines that he delivered in Mission Impossible 2, holy shit. I'm like, at one point, he's staring at the wall. I'm not going to lose you. And the way that he delivered the line, it was like his voice cracked in that moment. It was weird. It was so weird the way it came out.
I'm not gonna lose you.
And the whole movie was based around Ang Lee, right? Like, how his stylized his fighting in and all that stuff. He's a great director, when it comes to like Hong Kong action flicks and whatnot. But in Mission Impossible 2, I don't think he knew what to do with Tom Cruise. And when he realized that Tom Cruise wasn't menacing, he was like, okay, don't make him talk anymore. Just make him ride the motorcycle.
Just have him run. Have him run a lot.
Pretty much what happened. And you know what? He didn't run. There's no running scene in Mission Impossible 2. So there isn't.
Wait, is it Ang Lee you're talking about, or John Woo?
Is it? Oh, it's John Woo. Sorry, it's John Woo. Right.
Yeah.
The guy who did Hard Boiled, right?
Yeah, the director you're talking about. Yeah.
Sorry, John Woo. And for me, he's underrated. And I think it's underrated because everybody I mentioned this movie to, they're like, I don't know what that is. But unfortunately, I think it should have been Collateral. But every time I mention Collateral, people know what it is. But for me, his underrated performance, that was hard for me to determine between his best, The Last Samurai. And yeah, I know. That shit is underrated, man. His performance is good in it, all right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, his performance was so good. He had to play a character who was...
Why is The Last Samurai American?
Did you watch the movie?
It's Dances with Wolves. It's Ferngully. It's all the same.
It is Dances with Wolves.
I thought I saw the point go over Jared's head.
Because the funny thing is that was one of the main talking points when the movie came out. It was how The Last Samurai was like, okay, well, why is The Last Samurai white? I don't get it. What is this, whitewashing? It's like, and to be honest, when you watch the movie, it's about a dude who fucking hates his own culture, and he realized, like, yo, there's better shit out there than white people stuff. Like, the point was completely missed, you know?
Turned into a weep.
He did. And for me, his performance of playing a captain in the military who's trying to deal with the fact of what he did to the Native Americans in the war, and he was an alcoholic and a drunk, and there was one scene where he was trying to train the Japanese men on how to use firearms since they never used them, and he had to stand in front of him to prove a point and tell him to shoot. But he was inside. He was wishing that this person would shoot him and just kill him and end it. And then when I rewatched the scene, I was like, okay, I buy it. I buy that this character wants to die. You know, he doesn't want to be around here anymore. So for me, that's why it's his most underrated role. I know that's like saying Matt Damon's most underrated movie is The Great Wall, but come on, The Last Samurai to me is an exception.
Last Samurai.
I have to I kind of have to agree. Also, the movie is loosely based around some truth in the sense it wasn't American; it was a French dude, so it was still a white dude.
Oh fuck, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was reading up a little bit about it. Apparently, it's based off of true events, or some of it's a little bit based loosely off of true events.
Get your white history straight, Brownie.
Yeah.
But
I thought it was just whitewashing. Apparently, it actually happened.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
Whitewashing history.
So for me, that's it. It's Collateral as his best, MI2 as his worst, and The Last Samurai as his most underrated. And to be honest, Born on the 4th of July was pretty damn close as his best. That's my runner-up. What you got? What you got, Joe? Prove me wrong.
Okay, well, I find his best is A Few Good Men.
Oh, really?
I like the lawyer stuff.
I don't know. I agree. Yeah, the lawyer stuff is good.
Give me the truth.
You know, he plays a good, like, he looks somebody who would be cocky enough, and how he gets him at the end and whatever. It was like, again, it was acting and the scripting wasn't the best. This is Tom Cruise, so there were so many. So obviously, your last one there was good. And it's like, oh yeah, he did that movie. And, oh yeah, he did that movie. It's like, you told me like a few hours ago when they were doing this, so I just had to like go as fast as I could. For me, like in my repertoire right away of all the movies that I've seen with him, what was that? A Few Good Men, and just for how passionate he is, and that he's young, he's full of piss and vinegar, and he just wants to like win, prove himself, and not be ashamed in something that's so Americanized, being the military and whatnot. And it was just like such a political statement and the state of affairs that America's still into today. So you've got military and being a lawyer. So it was just, and then you're trying to prosecute somebody who's already that much higher than you. So that interaction was just like classic, but it was good.
It did produce like an iconic line. So
yeah, no kidding.
I mean, I'm sure it could be debatable, whatever. He's still learning his scripts. He's still young, whatever. It wasn't legend for sure. But I think Tom Cruise now has found his nice niche of like Mission Impossible, kind of like a James Bond type of thing. He's good at that. He's good at the Reacher. He's good at those, like a Keanu Reeves. You plug him in the action liners, and he's got the pretty face, and this is where you fit in the acting Hollywood.
What I'll say, the only thing I'll say about A Few Good Men is that to me, his character that he played in A Few Good Men was the same character that he played in Cocktail. It was the same character he played in Days of Thunder. It was the same character he played in Top Gun. The young guy who just screams a lot, trying to prove himself.
Yeah, okay, well, I guess now. And you ruined my list. I thought underrated was Days of Thunder.
Oh man,
underrated was Days of Thunder because of that speech he gives, because of how when he's explaining. I mean, there's the bed speech where he explained to his girlfriend of like, this is how we do it, and then you get the drift, and then the backdraft of the car, and the blah 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 blah, and then you overtake the guy, but then he's talking about why, and then his rivalry with the other guy. It was, I don't know, I always found that movie, again, when I watched this I was very young, so I was just like, okay, so these are the movies that came to mind. But Days of Thunder, again, early work with his would-be wife at the time. I don't know if they were married at the time, Nicole Kidman again. He was a young American doing what he loved, and uneducated, so he wasn't the brightest, but he had what it took to compete, and that's all he had. And I found that came across pretty well. And again, this is like everything we're talking about is with a grain of salt because this is Tom Cruise we're talking about. And his worst movie for me was I got two down here, and I just have to punch the gun. I think I'm going to say Eyes Wide Shut, which pains me to say because of Stanley Kubrick, because that movie's message was really good, but I guess the script writing was garbage because he was terrible. It was just a bad line, bad scene. I don't know if the movie was meant to make you feel awkward.
I think it was.
Probably was. But it's just like it can't be that bad. Like, are you trying to act bad? I don't know. That movie, it really.
Are you trying to act bad?
Like, are you acting on purpose to act bad? Like, he's like, I have to act bad in this movie on purpose because we're trying to make you feel awkward, so I'm gonna act badly. I'm gonna act like I'm acting badly. That's what it felt like.
I can't wait to act badly today.
Does he know he's on camera? Like, does he know he's on camera? Like, this wasn't a rehearsal. This is like action means this is for real. I don't know. And that's it. I mean, it's too bad because it's Stanley Kubrick, but to me, I'm like, well.
You said you had two, right? It was that and.
Well, it was Vanilla Sky, but
okay.
Vanilla Sky was more like the movie was weird. He didn't really act bad in it. He was still weird.
Okay, fair enough. I do agree with potentially worst movie. Your underrated was Days of Thunder.
It's
okay.
Sentimental. I'm dating myself as a kid, but what you said makes more sense. But I mean, I'm sticking with what I said. I enjoyed Days of Thunder a lot. But that was
pop that bubble.
Ever seen.
I could just see Nicole Kidman running up to Tom Cruise in Days of Thunder. Maverick. Oh shit.
Well, 4th of July was kind of like his runner-up, so I'm surprised you said 4th of July.
A fourth. It was my runner-up for best.
Was 4th of July not another race movie?
It was a movie about the Vietnam War.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. I thought there was another movie, 4th of July, which had to do with stock car racing. I thought that was what you were referring to.
No. Born on the 4th of July is about a veteran who comes back from the war. Like, his mind is warped from the war. Okay. He was nominated for an Oscar for that movie, so as best actor. So honestly, it was. I thought it was one of his good roles. But for me, Collateral's what sealed the deal for me. I was like, yeah, this guy can act.
That one caught me by surprise. I totally forgot about Collateral, but I'm sticking to my guns.
All right. Next. Dissect your opinions. Come on, let's go.
Well, let's go counter.
Oh. All right. You want to go, Josh, or
go for it?
All right. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen a lot of his older stuff. I basically only got into Tom Cruise. What? I guess around the first. Was it the first Mission Impossible, and then more or less into a bit of his career afterwards. So for me, I would have to say my favorite, just probably more for nostalgia reasons, was the first Mission Impossible movie. I had a lot of fun with it. I thought he did pretty good. He had some varying degrees of acting, considering there was a lot of he was just kind of constantly bombed down throughout the entire thing, and finding out he just got screwed over by the firm he was working for.
Yeah, he had to do a lot of left and right. What's going on here? I don't understand. Acting.
So there was a lot of that going on. So I thought that was a pretty good spot for him. I've seen some of his some bits and pieces of his earlier stuff. Like I remember seeing bits and pieces of Interview with the Vampire. Some people said it was good. Some people said it was okay. But outside of that, I haven't watched any of his earlier stuff. I didn't even realize some of the stuff you guys are talking about were some of his what's it there? A Few Good Men. I didn't realize that was specifically him that was in that movie from beginning to end. I only know it because of that line with Jack Nicholson, just because I keep seeing it every so often randomly everywhere.
Yeah.
So, but no, I thought that was one of his better movies. It was really, really well done.
Okay.
Mid-tier, honestly, I picked the same thing that you did the last time around, just because I thought it was really underrated. A lot of people said it was pretty bad, but then after watching it, it's no, It's not that bad, especially if you actually take the time to read into what's going on there. Is a pretty good. It's a half decent movie, but I do kind of get where people are kind of coming from with that one.
Nah, fuck the woke people. But anyways,
yeah.
And
for what?
You're just saying that because you have a Bushido deck.
No. Bushido 5, damn it. No, my worst rated movie, and I don't care what you guys think, but I'm going to say it's Jack Reacher. I didn't even know there was a second one that came out. I saw the first one, and I was like, this is purely horrible. It was like everything that people know him for and don't really like, but amped up to 10. Like in some of those other movies, like it's tolerable. You're like, okay, he's being Tom Cruise, but I can get by. This one is like, whoa, this is too much Tom Cruise up in my face now. Back the hell off.
Dad, it's Jack Reacher. He's never been touched. He always wins fights. He wins everything. It's Jack Reacher.
Not only has it never been touched, but in the sequel, it's Jack Reacher. Never go back.
What?
It's Jack Reacher.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed that in the first Jack Reacher, he never loses a fight?
Yeah, I know. He just like didn't matter what the odds were. There was like 5 Jack dudes like just walk over to him and say, "You guys don't know what you're getting into." It's like, do you know what you're getting into? You're like this. You're like this tall. They're like this tall on you. They're like almost 2 feet taller than you. More Jacks, but okay, you can handle it.
Sounds like John Wick overrated. Okay, so
basically,
exactly. It's Universal versus Sony. So they have John Wick, and they have, but that's what it is. It was like back in the day. It was Jessica Simpson versus Britney Spears. You had MGM and Universal recording studios. It's the same thing. Hollywood's the same way. You come out with one. I'm going to copy you, and we'll grab Tom Cruise because we got him on the budget. So it's good.
Most blatant fucking copy.
Actually, have a bonus for his best, but after.
Oh, go for it. What's your best?
No, because you have to say it. Because you might say it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
I probably won't. Go ahead. I won't.
No, finish. It's just
go ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
All right. But
my point. Okay, go. Sorry.
So yeah, for my favorite, I actually went with Interview with the Vampire.
Okay.
Vampire. Yeah,
he did commit to that role. He did.
I actually remember seeing that movie, and yeah, like that role itself is dramatically different than all the other roles he's played. Yeah. So I went with that one. My least favorite, you guys already said Jack Reacher a whole bunch. So
he just phoned it in for Jack Reacher, but anyways.
Josh, why don't you just say the movie? Let's go with Taps. Yeah, the movie Taps. It was a second movie.
I went with The Mummy because I completely forgot it existed.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. I forgot that existed. I didn't even see it, so I can't comment on it. I don't know what his acting was.
There you go. It was pretty bad either. It's pretty bad. But yeah, so that the underrated, I actually went with Tropic Thunder because I didn't know who it was like for the first 5 minutes.
That was my bet. I knew you were gonna get it. I'm like, I had to give Josh.
I went with Tropic Thunder for that one because, like, once you realized what it was, I was like, "Oh my god, he's actually funny." And I had a second one for my favorite. It was his best acting when he was pretending like he actually wanted to marry Katie Holmes on the Oprah show.
Oh yeah, he jumped on the couch.
So yeah,
the couch jumping and the force lightning. Yeah, I remember that.
There you go. I'm in love with Katie Holmes. Like, yeah, it was great. It was a great performance. It really made me believe that he was.
But yeah, Les Grossman from Tropic Thunder. Holy shit!
Fucking hilarious.
It keeps my mind, and I'm like, because that's not a movie you think Tom Cruise, but just because of his cameo.
Yeah, it's like when Brad Pitt showed up in Deadpool 2.
Josh, you nailed it. You nailed it on the head when you said we had no idea it was him, and I'm like, you're right. For the first scene, you're like, what is this, like a Mike Myers thing? Like, who is it?
It's Tom motherfucking Cruise. He's like Dennis Quaid, and Dennis Quaid don't see that shit.
Oh man, yeah. So you see, I knew it. I knew we'd all have different opinions on it, like wildly different opinions on it. We had Collateral as the best. We had.
I liked Collateral actually.
Yeah.
Now that you brought it, like I saw a little, but I had to. actually IDMB or whatever the fuck, internet, whatever. I had to look him up, and I saw Collateral. I'm like, fuck, I remember that movie. Yeah, Jamie Foxx was in it. Yeah, it was pretty good. I forgot about that.
Jamie Foxx, who's still yet to play a villain, but anyways,
There you go.
a proper villain. But so we had Collateral. We had Interview with the Vampire. PTs. What was it?
Mission Impossible 1.
Mission Impossible 1.
Yeah, Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Good men.
And A Few Good Men. That's actually a wide range. He was a British vampire, right?
Yeah.
He was a British vampire, stoic murderer, honorable lawyer, and secret spy.
It's a super spy.
As far as vampire movies go, Interview with the Vampire, and then there was Bram Stoker's Dracula, or Bram Stoker's something.
Yeah, Bram Stoker's.
Did any of you watch that movie?
Bram Stoker? No, I've never seen it.
Heard a lot about it.
Because I can get through pretty much half of it, and then I fall asleep. It's like reading a novel. And it was, what's his name? It's Commissioner Gordon, that actor who's...
Gary Oldman. Yeah.
Gary Oldman.
Yeah, he plays Dracula.
Shit.
Gary Oldman
Wait,
is...
what?
He plays Dracula in it, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took me a while, like when I watched it for the 5th time and still never finished the movie.
Of course,
It's fucking
Sariella
long.
likes Interview with the Vampire. I'm not fucking shocked. Sorry. But yeah. But you know what? What I realized when I was doing research for this, like Joey said, man, it's gonna. I like the challenge that it presents doing this type of video because, yeah, the actor all actors are quite monotone. They always deliver the same performance, or very similar performance across all their movies. The Rock is versatile, man.
Versatile as fuck.
Yeah. So for Josh and PT, and if ever, well, hey, he did the Tooth Fairy. And if you join us again, Joey, we all agreed that we would decide on what would be the next thing that we would like to cover.
Why don't we do top 3 underrated actors? You don't have.
That could be interesting.
Because there's some actors that are popping into my head to be like, people don't understand how good these actors are.
I'm game. I would do that.
Okay.
Underrated actors, and we stick to American.
Well, I was gonna yeah. Of course.
Well, it's just Danny's gonna come out with Yashimoto something, and then it's like, okay, yeah, sure, I'm sure he's great, but
Yeah, remember Squid Games? You know that guy?
Sariella's telling me shut the fuck up. It's like,
and my third
Sariella,
one.
what's your worst Tom Cruise movie?
These two would every time I see them, and I'm like, and the third one is yeah.
He's ready. What? He's getting ready for next time. He's writing it down. He's gonna develop this idea.
I read my 3.
Next time on whatever. It's just
which paper is it? Oh, I lost it.
Joke.
Yeah, 3. Okay, so next time.
You're right.
What's that?
No. Oh, where did I write it? Oh, okay.
So for next time, top 3 underrated actors or actresses.
Well, no, you can't call them actresses anymore. They're all actors, right?
Really? Is that a thing?
I was dating this guy, and she told me I almost punched her in the face. I'm like, shut up.
Is it so? What do you?
Like, well, so you're another actress, and like, no, we're actors. There's no feminine masculine. We're all equal. We're actors, and I'm like, I guess. I'm like, that makes sense. Like,
at least it's not some dumb shit like Act X or some shit like that. Or...
Well, no, I mean this was years ago. And in a way, it makes sense. It's like musicians. There's not music shows and music. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sariella says, "Oh, I dislike the dude in general. I don't like any of his movies." Boom. Not even Night and Day. Okay.
Not even Night and Day. Not even Jack Reacher.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, can I make a suggestion on the Facebook?
Yes.
On the Facebook.
Is the title not changing again?
JoeyTwoWolves, Hybris and PT86 and myself just vent and shoot this.
It didn't change it. Fuck.
That's going on. Also, what can we do about it? Leave a little comment. And I think that's another reason too. Like, I can't draw people in if it's the same title every time.
No, that's it. And I did change it. I mentioned in the description Tom Cruise and all that shit, but it didn't register. Fuck. It doesn't say Tom Cruise anywhere.
No.
Okay.
And I just noticed when I showed it to my page, and I'm like, it. And then when I look at my page, it's the same thing every time. So people just think I'm reposting the same shit.
Oh fuck. All right. Cool.
Oh, there's Joe again.
I'm not watching 2 hours of poor idiot.
Keeps linking the same fucking thing every day.
Well, that's it. So for next time, we'll all agree. Top 3 underrated actex.
Sounds good.
Oh man, I'm
No,
curious to see
top
this shit.
3 Aztecs.
I can imagine.
Kotal Khan.
I want to see which one he's gonna bring
I
up.
just heard Allison come home, so like I'm good. I don't actually have to rush out because now there's. I don't want to spend any family time. We're not live anymore, are we?
No, we are. Oh,
Absolutely live. They all saw
I
it.
don't know what you did with your video there but now it's for some reason centered in the middle of the screen as opposed to the box you had before.
no, I know that was because one of the other videos, the size fucked it up. So what I did was I centered it as best as I could to keep it within. So yeah, hey, first time for everything. Hey, no, but this is the first time I'm actually using the window capture instead of display capture, which is fucking awesome.
Is it supposed to be like telling us, like closed captioning what we're saying?
No.
Everything you guys are saying, I see it.
Oh, that's probably your Facebook.
Is it
That's-
supposed to be like telling us I'm reading what I'm writing now, like what is what and why am saying the
I think
thing?
that's Facebook
It's on
doing that.
Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook's doing that for you.
Could be a
It's on
thing that they
it's,
created.
it's on boomer mode. It's
Well, and I'm thinking, like, it's supposed to be what like is what like and what I think what is like is. I'm reading back what I just said and now it's gonna say that again.
You think it's gonna do it again? No, anyways. It's
What the hell?
someone joined the stream and was like, what the fuck is going on here? Is this Canada?
I think it's gonna do it. No.
Canada.
These are
man.
Canadians? What the fuck happened? It's all that Trudeau, I'm telling you. It's all that carbon tax.
Oh man. If you guys
Yeah,
want to
that's
go off
actually
on a
kind
little
of
rant.
funny. I'm the idiot. I'm like, hey, did you stop streaming? I look over, we're still streaming. No, clearly not.
Oh, I guess not.
Oh, that was it. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a genuine question. Ah, damn. Sorry.
Yeah, because I was.
I hope we didn't say anything inappropriate.
I'm gonna stay down here with you guys because I heard my daughter come home, so I'm like, my wife will be occupied for a bit.
He just brushes her off casually. He's like, oh man. Yeah, but I came up with a whole list of these. Like I had Nicole Kidman. I had Arnold. I was curious to see what you guys thought about Arnold because he is the same in every damn movie. But I was
I
able.
believe I'm not different.
Yeah. Well, actually, you guys saw that.
What is
Alan.
You guys saw that list, man.
What's your daddy? What does he do? Is he flying a chopper?
The bridge is out.
But you know what?
I can't believe.
There's a lot of shit that Arnold did that people didn't see, unfortunately.
Yeah, talent.
Oh,
Good line delivery.
hang on a second.
Mark
That's-
Ruffalo.
I will be right back.
Mark Ruffalo.
Be right back. If he can hear us.
What's that?
I hope he muted his thing.
Oh.
Maybe I should put on Beerback too, because even on my stream, it's basically showing him on a call.
He's doing the phone version of sexting. Look at that
It's
serious
still
face.
live. It's still live. He wrote "be right back," but it's still. You can still hear us.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Rude.
Rude.
Apparently,
Oh,
bananas.
And then that's Banana City 8.
No, she called him.
She said he's rude, or
Oh, the
we're
chat.
rude, or someone's rude.
Yeah.
Oh, because yeah, it's probably
Maybe it's a da rude.
It's Ja Rule. It's Ja Rule. No, it's Ja Rule.
You know we're still streaming, right?
Wait, who Darude? Why y'all talking about Darude? Sandstorm?
We're just throwing out random stupid.
Oh man.
You
But
can
yeah,
do it.
so I like it. I like the format. Short video. It's gonna be nice
Yeah.
and easy to edit, and
Pretty good.
to throw in some nice pictures in there of Tom Cruise and Days of Thunder would be nice.
Nice.
Mm.
You have to have one picture of Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer
Yeah, we are.
with their loving stare.
On purpose?
Top Gun.
It is on purpose. I mean, it is on purpose when you got 6-7 people watching you. Like I feel bad just shutting off on them. I
Oh,
probably
we
should.
got 6 people watching us. Well, okay, sorry.
It's not just us here. It's like
Oh, okay, well then let's talk about other stuff. Have them chime in. What do they want to do? Fast. What are their?
I don't know.
What are their top 3 pick of Tom Cruise? Just
Well,
best.
Sarah Hilla said fuck Tom Cruise. She doesn't like him.
Well,
Period.
sorry.
And Anna's Bananas. I don't think she has a favorite Tom Cruise movie. She might have a. She might have a worst, for all I know.
Anna's Bananas. That comment of being rude was towards me, correct? I'm avoiding my family.
Is that because? Don't.
Jerry Maguire. How did that?
Is that his worst?
Or is that his best?
Or is
That
that
was-
the most
I
underrated?
just had a conversation with that. Like, Jerry Maguire was one of the worst movie. It was one of those movies in the '90s where they, like, falling in love happened way too fast. It already happens way too fast in Hollywood. Like 4 scenes in, you're like, I'm in love with this girl. But at least there's some sort of buildup. This guy just like lost his job, bumps into this girl, and is like, by the end of the movie, it's like,
You want to move in?
it's like you don't even know this girl. You literally went on 3 dates. The timeline in the movie shows that you went on 3 dates and you love her. Like, even as a teenager with like hormones raging, I'm like, this makes no sense. But women went nuts. Women went nuts. Jerry Maguire, oh my god, single mother.
Because they were showing the softer side of Tom Cruise, a less yellier side.
No, there's. And this is what it was done on purpose because this is what women thought, and then all the single mommies. That's what they did. They married like these good-looking guys, or right away because Tom Cruise did it, and he's going to turn out great and happily ever after. And then they're back on the streets again, and you just mess with more kids.
I don't fucking.
Maguire was a horrible movie.
I didn't like it. I never liked Jerry Maguire. I thought it was eh. I mean, Jerry
Yeah,
Maguire. Jerry Maguire was like if Ari Gold would have his own movie, but it was a shit Ari Gold movie. That's all it is. Just a really bad agent.
It was too short. It was like you had a really great job. You're rewriting it. Well, people should live and learn. And I had Sports Illustrated. Blah, blah, blah. What are you talking about? This is not even interesting. Nobody cares about sports agents. Nobody. That's not even an interesting thing. Sports agents is not an interesting thing.
I don't understand Anana's comment. She says Jerry Maguire, and then she says no Wazim, and then she says I honestly just remember the sex. That was good.
When you and her were having sex while you were watching that movie, there was no sex scene in Jerry Maguire.
I guess. I guess.
Movie it is. All I do is just remember the sex.
I
It's
guess he
so
banged
amazing.
Bridget Jones. I don't know. I forgot.
Oh shit!
Oh man. But yeah,
What? Oh, that's why the women like it. Sex scene. The last one we saw was Top Gun.
yeah.
Jerry Maguire was the next sex scene with Tom Cruise, because the last sex scene we saw with Tom Cruise was Top Gun. The
Oh
original.
right. Yeah. He
That's the
fucking.
same thing when Pulp Fiction came out. John Travolta came back on the scene, and they had to make him dance.
Oh.
And it was that's why Tarantino got his fame, because everybody watched the movie. So people who just love John Travolta watched the John Travolta movie, and half of them were like, "What the hell is this?" Quentin Tarantino, because he destroys people's minds, and then it was just like because he's such a great director and movie and filmmaker. But like, so that was yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I realized the time. I gotta.
Mosey on out.
Okay, good. Not because I don't want to talk to you, but I want to talk to these three about Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Oh, okay.
So not because I don't like your face.
Get out of here, Josh.
I have to vent about that movie.
Oh, I see.
It's a vent.
It's
What
a
is the
vent.
vent?
All right, I'm game.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
All right. Well, happy venting. Dan, fuck yourself, and enjoy your night.
I will not fuck myself. I will not. Nor will I ever fuck myself.
Interesting fact about venting. A chicken's butthole is also called a vent, where the egg comes out of. Called the vent.
Oh,
Wait, the chicken's
it's
egg
just
comes out of the butt? There's not like a
Out of
vag
the
canal?
vent. It's the same hole. The piss, the shit, and the egg all come out of the same hole, and that hole is called a vent. That was good.
Wow,
He's
he
good.
really liked that.
Good.
Holy crap.
Oh, he's done.
Yeah, he's
Done.
I can't believe that did it. That's it. Look at him, he's gone. That's it, it's over. He can't, he's not coming back.
Good champion.
What?
Wow.
I don't know why they killed me.
How many viewers do we have now? One?
It dropped to 4.
Thanks a lot. Your venting talks get him away.
He's still going. God damn.
The next time you pick up an egg,
It's just because he's talking about venting. Somehow it has to do with a chicken's butthole.
Wait, is that what you didn't like about Guardians of the Galaxy?
What?
Oh, no. Well, a small spoiler. There is a chicken's butthole in Guardians of the Galaxy. But anyways.
I believe that. It's massive.
There you go. PT got his fill. That's it. He's done.
Oh my god. Yep.
All right. That's been the channel. See you guys later. Have a good night.
My bad.
Take it easy, Albert.
Good night, you vent.
Ciao. Oh my lord.
Oh, and as we're gonna do top 3 most underrated actors next time. So actors, actresses,
Or like
actors.
diamonds in the rough.
Yeah. Okay. What is this vent?
Guardians of the Galaxy 3. You guys saw it.
Yep.
Okay. Was it not the most depressing? Like I had to watch it in 2 parts because I just was not interested. I'm like they're milking like unless it was part of the comic books and it was meant to be like that, like Sin City and all that stuff. I didn't know, so I'm like, okay, fine. But I'm like Marvel. It literally felt like Rick and Morty. Please tell me, and I didn't have a chance to check it up because I got distracted, that it's the same producers. Because they're jumping around, and next thing you know, these guys are all in like, oh, we're part of like the amoeba, and we're like little amoebas with what's his name there from the 2 cameos that were there.
The cameos.
The leader there who he's like, oh, you got an idiot too, I got an idiot too, this guy's an idiot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, frick. I
Nathan
know what you're
Fillion.
talking.
Yeah, Nathan from Firefly, and then
Yeah.
he had a TV series, right?
Yeah.
And then Sylvester Stallone with his like minor.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
but he was in the
he's
first
the
one
original
and
Guardians
the
of the Galaxy,
second
but
one?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, really? Okay, then.
Well, he's like they're like the original crew. Him and his band, but yeah.
I thought it was that other actor there with the whistle.
Yeah.
Dart.
Well, he was in it too. Yeah.
But I thought he was the original.
No, that was
That's just Yondu. It's just yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
So I watched this movie, and thinking it's completely other garbage. Oh, okay, you lost your girlfriend. Love sucks. I'm like, okay, I get it. He's upset about it, and they're rebuilding, and they got the skull, which is really cool. They're in their city, and they're rebuilding their city, and then like this guy comes out of nowhere and destroys the city. Like they're just trying to rebuild it, and then like what's his name, that actor that's kind of funny, and then we figure out his story later because it's his mom. Okay, fine, he was created by this creator guy, who I thought played a really good part. I mean, that black dude who with the RoboCop.
Yeah, I don't know his name,
yeah.
but yeah, he was a great villain up until the end to me.
Yeah, because he could I thought there was
He's got one hell of a name. It's Chukwudi Iwuji.
Okay, so
yeah,
he was good. I'm glad that Filipino uh, the gay Filipino guy scientist. I've seen his acting before in other places, and I hate his face. Like I just
Okay.
hate this guy. He just annoys the shit out of me. So when he had a horrible, horrible death, I thought that was really cool. I didn't think it was painful enough.
Wait, who? The gay Filipino guy?
The guy where they had to get the thing, he had the chip on the side of his head, and they have to go save Rocket.
Oh, the hard drive.
Hard drive.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
chubby dude.
They
I
put it
don't
in his
remember his
Yeah.
name, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then he was there, and he was like, "I've seen him in other stuff." And I'm just like, "You're so annoying. Like you're not even funny. Like you're trying to play the funny gay guy, and it's not working. And whether you're gay or not, I don't care. But like what you're trying to portray doesn't work." So when he was there, I'm like, "Yeah, that's what you are. You're a lackey." And it's just like, there's just some people like you just hate their face. So that was already pissing me off.
Strong word.
And then
All
the
right.
whole thing with Rocket and how sad it was, and like he's a test, and then they make him talk and this and that, how cute they're making it, and then it just gets worse, and he comes in and he kills them all, and I'm like, oh my god, whatever. And then so it's horrible, 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 all sad all the way through. Gamora comes back. She's giving him a hard time. I'm not your Gamora. I'm not your Gamora. Whatever. So it's like it's even more heartbreak because you just like want him to fucking whatever. And I'm like, there's no point to this story. Like I could give a shit about this fucking story. Could give a shit about this fucking story. I don't care about your sad life. Like it's just boo hoo for you. And then Rocket's on the thing and he dies on the table, or for the moment that he dies. Maybe we should have said spoilers for anybody else who's watching this.
I didn't know we were
And I
talking
lost
about
and I
this.
lost my shit. That was also at the worst part of my cold. I literally lost my shit. I hugged my dog and told my wife I didn't want him to die. And I'm bawling my eyes out. Like I'm fucking literally crying because all I can think about is my dog.
Yeah.
And he's only a year and a half. And Jen's like, he's not dead. Like, relax. And I'm just like,
He's got some good years left in him.
yeah, let's hope. Like let's hope God forbid nothing doesn't happen to him, knock on wood, whatever. So this movie's got me like really on the low. And obviously because this cold was kicking my butt. And then everything happens at the end, and then I'm like, of course there's children. Of course. With all the pedophilia going on, with all the child trafficking going on, and then everything starts making sense in this movie. And now I've lost my train of thought a bit for I had a good pilot for this thing, and I wanted to talk to you guys at the time, and I'm like, this movie was literally, things are gloomy. The children are being saved at the end, and this destructor will come back and we will take him over, and love will be there. And the way I should have wrote down these notes. I'm sorry. I just wanted to know what you guys thought of this movie because like this was really a big like circle, and Hollywood has to show us these things because they have to give us that hope to make us think that this could never happen. But it was a very important movie because of the saving of the children and the rebuilding of the world. That they were going to rebuild a better world, and Dog Days Are Over with Florence and the Machine as the last song. I thought was a beautiful touch.
Yeah.
And it was just like fuck.
That hit me when I heard that song playing. I was like, oh my god.
Like that movie, like it wasn't a good. It was like watching the Sixth Sense. It was like just a dark movie the whole time, or Glass. It was just a dark movie the whole time. But like those movies hadn't made no sense. They were just fictional. This movie obviously is fictional. It's a comic book, but it's like it's coming from Disney. It's coming from whatever. It's coming from Hollywood, and there's a message there. And and this only goes with what more what Wazim and I have been talking about. So Daniel's probably looking at me like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But with the message of that, because we know that Hollywood puts these messages out there, and it's like they try to hide things by telling us the truth through Hollywood. So if the truth comes out, you're like, you only see that in the movies. That can't be true. But it was such a everything come full circle. You have the one guy talking about, oh, you're acting like God. He's like, no, I'm making things better. And it's like, yeah, they're trying to change what is to make it for what their will is. So he was just trying to take it like by destroying these people and making them perfect. It was kind of different from what these energies are around the world to try to make us sad and depressed all the time and keeping us down with higher interest rates, whatever, child trafficking, keeping us upset, showing us we're not, keeping us dumb as possible. That's kind of all mixed in there with this guy trying to be perfection. So like, he doesn't care about our world. Like when we come to the second Earth or whatever they called it, the
exoplanet or whatever. Yeah.
exoplanet of Earth, but he still saw and he was telling him like, what about the drug dealers? What about that? And that. And he's like, well, it can't be perfect, that's why I'm trying to find this and that, whatever. So it's like, yeah, you're just gonna do this here on our planet until you're done with this, and then you're gonna move on to the next one or whatever. And you need to feel like there was so many like interchangeable stuff here. I know a lot of it sounds like reaching, but that's what I got out of that movie, and I'm like, holy shit, that's why they had to show it. Even the animals would be like us, the drug dealers and this and that. He's like, how is this a perfect paradise? And he's like, it doesn't have to be perfect.
I
Like,
could see it. I could see it.
you know,
And if I can, like Danny, if you don't mind, I'll go. Just to answer his question, what I thought about the movie. So I'll answer it. I'll answer it twofold. Number one, as a movie, for me, the gloom and everything, I liked it. I like him dealing with his breakup. I like them worrying about Rocket surviving. I like Rocket's origin story. I like Nebula being pissed off that she's kind of like the pseudo leader of the group, but she doesn't really want to be the pseudo leader of the group because Star-Lord just won't get his shit together. Because when other scenes, you know what? I really love that Gamora stuck to her guns and she's like, I am not who you think I am, and that's not going to change. I appreciated that for a change.
There was no there was a happy ending, but it wasn't the actual happy ending you guys were kind of expecting.
No. Well, it wasn't a happy ending that was storybook.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it was so doom and gloom, there was like it made the tiny moments of the movie so much better. Like very simple scenes. Like at one point, Gamora is standing on nowhere, and she's looking out at the end of their adventure, and then Groot says something to her, and she turns around, she responds to him, and she realizes, oh fuck, I understand you. Like that hit harder to me. Because of what we went through in the movie. When Rocket answers a call. Yeah?
Oh, sorry.
Well, at one point, things are looking bad. They spot the children in this spaceship going up, and they're like, where are you? It's like, we're not on the ship. Where are you? It's like, we're off the ship, and so on and so forth. Then at one point, you just hear Rocket on the radio saying, you guys are idiots. And you just hear Nebula start crying and cover her mouth. And that scene hit hard for me because she realized Rocket survived. He lived.
Yeah.
So it made those scenes a lot more impactful for me. And I had hope, honestly, throughout the movie because it was doom and gloom a lot. It was a lot, but I had hope that there was going to be a payoff, and holy fuck, the payoff was worth it, 100% to me. And
the only thing that I have to say that I found was kind of just, it felt like they had to throw it in there, or it just felt rushed. Was the what's his name?
Adam.
No, yeah, he seemed kind of useless in there. He was just like
take him out of the story. It's the same.
Yeah, he was just kind of like a plot device. So I wasn't even gonna mention him. I completely forgot about him actually. Because he was there. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do something. I'm so great, and then something happens to him, and then he's not so great, and then you're like off to everything else that matters. No, I was gonna say the random Star-Lord potential death scene.
Yeah, they really teased us.
To me,
it
just seemed like they had to. I mean, I guess, but they just like threw it. I felt it was threw in there like last minute to be like, oh yeah, we have to kill him off in some way. Okay, here we go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know,
but they made me believe it. Like when I saw his face swell.
Again, right? Because we had forgot. Because that's how they had to close out Adam's character. It's funny that you said like you almost forgot Adam, but that's the only way Adam would have been. Because they brought him in because he starts the whole thing, right? Adam comes in, starts causing problems because he's trying to steal Rocket, and you're like, who is this loser? And then you find out who he is, and then he's being belittled by his mother, by the top guy there, whatever, and then he's finally like, hey man, everyone here gets second chances or whatever. So it's like clearly he comes in. It's like, oh, this is how they brought this character in for later on in the comics. I have no idea who he is, but it was like, okay, at the end, I had forgotten about him too until he came in, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was in their back pocket. That's how they save him. So Star-Lord gets to have his heroics at the end and have his cake too. And eat it too, type of deal. Sorry, like he gets to save. And then Adam comes in, cleans it all up. Hey, did we win? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Which is Sylvester Stallone line, but my thing was
so. But that was my first part. My first part was the analysis of the movie. Like I enjoyed it thoroughly, and the discussion around Marvel as a whole it was the last good Marvel movie to come out in a while. Like,
Yeah.
the Eternals was shit. What else was there? A bunch of Marvel TV shows were shit. So Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was like a breath of fresh air. Now, on the other side of the other aspect that you're speaking about, the messaging behind the movie, it's really funny because the people that are behind this movie are the ones, in my opinion, that are trying to push against, like the ideology that bogs us down. You know.
Really? Okay. So see, I don't know who the producers are behind this movie, and
Well,
that's
it's James Gunn. Like, he got booted out of Marvel because there was some accusations against him about sexual harassment or something. I think it was. Okay, PT's gone. Okay, sorry. But there was some accusations against him in that capacity. And I forgot what it was. But James Gunn was like more. He was never really a supporter of that movement, so to speak. Chris Pratt refuses to identify with any type of politics. He's a hunter. He's in his personal time, he's your average Joe. You know. It's like the people that are behind the movie don't align with the things that bog us down, or the people that would like the things that bog us down. You know what I mean? So, and there's a reason why this was the last. Everyone expected this to be the last good Marvel movie, was because it was that crew that's still like a part of the original Marvel crew, that it didn't go the route of pushing gender or race or politics in their movies and that kind of stuff. And you didn't really get that in this movie, honestly. You didn't get it. So I think it says a lot about the people that were behind it. And like, for instance, when James Gunn was taken off of Marvel, they said Disney said, hey, you can't do this, you can't do these movies anymore because we don't like you because of so and so reasons. I wish I remember the reasons why he was taking off the projects. The entire cast of Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm going to use their character names just for memory's sake right now. Drax, Gamora, Rocket, Chris Pratt, Star-Lord, all of them, you know, they all said, we're not doing another one unless James Gunn comes back. Like, they stuck together. You know?
That's amazing. Okay.
So
Cool for them.
So that answers my question as to why they did that and what the motive was.
And I think the Disney executives weren't happy about it because it wasn't the messaging that they want.
Yeah.
That's why the movie didn't get as much press as it should have, in my opinion. The only press that it got, it came out, and I was like, "Holy fuck, this is coming out!" Like, I was shocked, you know. And
Really?
after it came out, word of mouth started spreading, and everyone was like, "Yo, best Marvel movie right now, the best." And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." I went and I saw it, and I was like, "Yeah, you're right." And I had a feeling it was going to be good because I knew that the cast behind the movie and the producers behind the movie didn't support that messaging. You know, and I feel like everything that you saw, like, for instance, the freeing of the captured animals and the children and so on and so forth, I think that was all a jab. You know, it was a little punchback because James Gunn's gone now. He's gone from Marvel. He's running WB now. That was his last punch to Disney before he left. You know?
Then that movie has a whole new meaning for me altogether. But dude, it made me to the point. I mean, okay, I was sick, but it made me to the point where I was like, "You're touching on emotions here." You know, in the beginning, my wife's like turning up, like, "Oh, it's so sad. They're in the cages." And, I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." I'm like, "It's a stupid movie. Like, fuck you. You know, you're trying to make me sad because you want to feed off how my sad emotions. You freaking stupid lizard people." And then the whole end part of the movie, I was like, well, in the middle part, I'm like, did Rick and Morty just like, is the producer of Rick and Morty in here? Because this is what I feel I'm watching. I feel like I'm watching a Rick and Morty episode where they're trying to get in, and then this and the code and blah blah blah, and they're going through an amoeba, and like everything's a cell or reproduction, like the whole like live organic thing that they're, and even in their suits, and they got to jump, and the aliens that they're fighting. I'm like, I'm watching Rick and Morty. What is this? This is out of this. Like, I get it. You're in a different universe. It was like, what the fuck? It was like Ant-Man, you know, like where they like the last Ant-Man. I really enjoyed. Like, they were really
Oh, the
pushing
Quantumania one. Yeah,
Yeah,
I didn't see
I
it.
like all the Ant-Man series. It was really good. But that was good. Quantumania was like, it really like, holy cow! Like, you know, the visuals were really good, and the ideas, and Bill Murray.
And oh, I didn't know he was in it. Shit.
Yeah, that's a nice surprise. I won't tell you what he does, but it's
But if I can, like, just to highlight something about the movie, like, there's an expose. I'll send it to you about the movie and the messaging that was, like, everyone can interpret this however they want, and this is how this person interpreted it. And like me, I don't mind talking about anything and everything, conspiracy, not conspiracy, controversial, not controversial, you know. And the person who did the expose was saying like how there was a message behind the movie for the creator. Like, you know, how he was taking things and mixing them together and trying to call them human and trying to call them perfect. You know, it's basically a retelling of what's happening today with, like, you know, trans communities and so on and so forth, and chopping off body parts or adding body parts and trying to make yourself perfect. You know, your best self. There was that aspect of it. There was the aspect of the animal cruelty of it, which is basically trying to stifle innocence, so to speak, that he went over. And then there was the obvious capturing children. you know,
that was just like, okay, this is the fuck. Like, it's not just a race of. They could have made a CG of anything. Like, oh, look, this is this perfect species with tails and animals. So people have that disconnect. No, children, and that makeup on the children was so minute that you had to stare at the girl and be like, oh, she has little whiskers. Oh, her nose is a little different. Oh, she's going jump because it's a different, like, okay.
Yeah.
They all look like mini Sias. You know, Sia, they all look like mini Sias running around. And she's like, oh, go tell your friends. And I think that movie holds the record for most slow-mo action ever.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
we will have a drinking game, and we will all be shit-faced drunk for every time there's a slow motion scene of like, and like
what movie is this?
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
After the third slow motion walk, I was like, I shit you not, there's at least 10.
Jesus.
Yeah, no, there was quite a bit.
Like, after the third one, I'm looking at my wife like, okay, in the beginning, fine, you're introducing the characters. Then it's like, let's get these motherfuckers at the end. Okay. You're expecting even three in the movie is too much.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't Voltron, where you're like, we gotta go to the Voltron, and then like everyone's like, it's like Pokemon, you got to fight every 3 minutes, so you get the slow motion ready battle scene. This was every 2 minutes. Okay, let's go get Rocket. Let's go get this. Let's go to the store. We gotta find this chip. Oh, I dropped my pen. Slow motion. What? What's going on? I don't know. That was the only like. It's good. It pumps you up. But I'm like, were they really going out with a bang with that? Like that was just bad directing in my opinion. Bad. Like,
yeah.
You had time to kill, but like it's great. Don't get me wrong. The music was good. It was pumping, but I was just like,
I like the soundtrack, but I found it compared to the first one, it was kind of going slowly down.
It was different, the songs. I mean, we had Beastie Boys' "No Sleep Till Brooklyn," which was really good at the end.
Well, every movie is a different generation, so
exactly.
So the first one was the 70s, second one was the 80s, the last one was the 90s, 2000s.
Yeah, well, the last one, he goes and he does on his playlist 2000, and that's the thing too, right? That slow motion part you were talking about, not slow motion part. Sorry, the Chris Pratt almost dying part. I knew something like that was going to happen when he pulled in Indiana Jones. I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
You drop your thing, go back for the hat, whatever, fine. I thought he was just going to do a complete, like, steal from that. Mm-hmm. But because he did that, had he not dropped his thing, he would have made his jump, right? But why did he go back? He went back on purpose for Rocket. Like...
Yeah. It's not clearly explained why it's so dear to him. Like, I don't know if maybe he planned to go back and visit his grandfather and make Rocket the leader from the get-go. I don't think he thought that far ahead in that moment, but anyways. So the real thing I want to mention real quick was I mentioned this to Danny because you and I did a review of this already, and the one thing, the two moments that stuck out for me the most in the movie was the round table scene at the end when they're all talking to each other and they're splitting up. It was when like, you know, Mantis explains that she wants to go out and figure out herself. Peter admits that he's been running away nonstop ever since. He needs to go visit his grandfather and just stop running for a bit.
Mantis was typical.
And the best scene was when Nebula looks at Drax and she's like, you weren't meant to be Drax the Destroyer. You were meant to be Drax the Father. You know, like that's why he's so childish all the time. He wants to take care of kids, and that's why he was able to help the kids in the spaceship in the movie. You know.
I thought she was going to call him a guardian. You're meant to be a guardian, like the guardian of children.
Mm-hmm. No, but when she said you were meant to be a destroyer, you were meant to be a father, I was like, oh, it's so fucking true. And the last scene, I told you this, PT, but in the same expose, the guy was explaining how at the end, when you hear Groot say "I love you" instead of saying "I'm Groot," that was actually that could have been the director, like because you know how Groot functions, right, when he speaks.
Yeah.
So basically, if Groot considers you family, when he speaks his language, you will be able to understand what he's saying. That's how Groot functions. But everyone else hears "I am Groot." So that's why at a certain point, Gamora catches on to what he's saying because Groot considered her family. Because they went through something difficult together.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But that's just how...
Okay, but continue, because it has nothing to do with Gamora. That's fine with Gamora.
But yeah, so that's how Groot functions, right? That's how his language functions in his race. So at the end, when Groot says "I love you," that was basically the director saying to all the viewers, "You guys are family now. You're a part of this." You know, and I thought that was sick. I was like, "Oh, if that's true, that is awesome. That is spot on," and it's just set up so well. It can't not be true, in my opinion. You know.
Oh fuck, man, that just blew my mind.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought I came into this going, this movie means so much more, and you're telling me somebody already like, yeah, you're late to the party. We've already figured it out.
No. There's always more to talk about when it comes to movies. But yeah, and Anna's Bananas, is PT sleeping? I think he is.
I'm still here. I'm slowly dying. I'm probably gonna head off to bed because
it's 10. I said till 9, but this is a good way to end it. Hopefully you'll edit it into. There's a lot of bullshit in the middle.
I like to end it on a happy note. You know, we're all family.
Are we? Yeah, we're all family. Where's Vin Diesel? Where's Vin Diesel? Family.
You know what? That's fucking. If what I'm saying is true about how when you're a family, then you could understand Groot. Then it's fucking ironic that character belongs to Vin Diesel. Oh man. Shit. So we'll catch you guys again next Wednesday. And we're doing top 3 most underrated actors, right?
All right,
definitely.
All right, A games lists. Danny,
I got this. I got this. I'm gonna finish that one. You guys are gonna talk, and I'm gonna blow you all away.
No, I think I got this one.
No, you got nobody.
I think I got some good ones, man.
You got nobody.
I'm gonna say a name. You're gonna be like, "Who?" I'm gonna pull up the picture. You're gonna be like, "Fuck that guy." Watch.
Dude, if you pick the same guy as me, I'm gonna punch you in the dick. I'm gonna punch you in your vent.
Come on, PT. It's a vent joke. Let it go.
Yeah, you caught me off guard that one time. Now I'm over it. But that still fucking killed me.
Chicken butt.
That's what we call each other. Shut up, you vent.
Oh, that's such a good one. Now, shut up, you vent.
Why would you call him a vent? A vent is because it's a triple threat. You're a piss hole, a shit hole, and an egg hole. Fuck it.
I'm gonna kick you in your vent.
Stupidest thing.
Oh my God.
Funny. Laughing at dad jokes.
All right, boys. I bid you a good night.
Take it easy.
Later.